Boy, the wind is going crazy if you guys can't hear me too good. I'm gonna try to get up that pile there before it starts really coming down. There's an extra pile over here, but it's coming down pretty good now. Local John 1812 back with yet another variety channel upload. That's what I'm gonna start calling them, because I've done lack of food reviews and stuff now, and we're on to just different, perspective things for the channel. So we're gonna try to get this up real quick. Let's see if we can get one up.
In a clump of trees at the edge of a little country airport was the crashed plane and the bodies of Ken's Buddy Rich. One moment in time changed our lives. On that warm June night, God chose to take one of our precious children. How does a parent exist without that moment? Will the knots in our insides ever go away? In the weeks and months to follow, I learned more about God's love than I had in all my years of being a Christian. I learned that His Word speaks to our needs. My grace is sufficient for you, and my strength is made perfect in weakness. When I felt helpless to do even the small tasks of the day, I learned to keep on doing all things through Christ who strengthens me. When I saw a good little black kid in the street, I would remember that Ken has underlined in his Bible. But we do not want you to be uninformed about those that you see, but you may not believe as you will through them. I began to indulge in sin. I embraced my husband more with the suffering as intense as I was, and I remember God said, encourage one another and build up. We were strengthened as we encouraged others, and his little brother didn't understand why his mom didn't come home, and his big sister lost her power of confidence. The friends in the youth group, the church questioned them, and the kids at school asked me. The grace of God not only made us people, but also the urgency to reach out to others. Lord and I grew closer together as we went to other parents who had suffered loss. We became more boldness to reach out to those who were hurting. No greater tragedy than losing a child is not to know Jesus Christ personally. How grateful we are that our children, all of them, know and love Him. Life has meaning when we have missions, and we show them. I'm not trying to tell you folks this life is easy. I can tell you it's with Christ. When you know Almighty God and His Son Jesus Christ, you can go through whatever is put in front of you. What kind of power you have. If you don't know Christ, you're going into the battle without any gun.
Okay. Whew. It's get ready storm. I got my coffee. I had to go over to the church. We have a total of, behind that shed, there's a pile. And I'll have to rewind it back because I don't even know how much you've seen. Behind the shed, there's a pile. Oh, here's a pile. And one more. All this came from all the different limbs and stuff I cut down. I saw the storm coming in. Whew. But I've been up earlier trying to get out here to get something done. Because I got some stuff to do inside too as well, but I wanted to try to get that done. Back in the car, safe now. Sorry for that noise, I apologize. But back in here safe now. So I have my radio playing with some gospel preaching on there. If that offends you, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend nobody. That's just what I listen to. Alright, we're back in the YouTube room. Just chilling out. The rain has stopped, ironically. Maybe if I would have just waited. But there's thunder in the background. If I would have just waited maybe 30 more minutes, I wouldn't have got wet. Sticking to my dedication to the church and to God. So, but needless to say, I'm not worried about that. Gotta get work done. Comment down below if you guys do work on the weekends. I just worked 40 hours all week long at my job, and I still continue to work on the weekend as well too. So comment down below if you're doing that as well. And even if you're not getting paid to do some of the things I do, I don't get paid for. I just do it, and some things I do get paid for. But a lot of times I'm just doing it to be helpful and mindful of others. So I've got some story time stuff to tell you guys today. So I guess you can count this. I'm don't really want to start calling this a podcast or a vlog. Look, you're just getting a spontaneous upload. when I finally stick to something, that'll be a vlog or a podcast. But just, I hope you guys enjoy these stories and questions I have for you guys. So, want to know how many of my listeners and watchers drink coffee? And if you drink coffee, do you have cream and sugar? Is it decaf, regular? This is decaf and only a half little spoon of cream and a half of sugar, trying to cut back. I was over at my mom's house the other day. She was having trouble with her car. And I'm not a mechanic, but I've had some dealings with, like, not so the best cars that I've had since I've been an adult driving. And even since 16, before I was adult. But my family and I, even myself as a young adult, didn't always have the proper amount of money to fix an item by taking it to the best dealerships or somewhere to be fixed. So often we'd have to find some what we call shade tree mechanics, or somebody who has a shop and everything but just charges less. But we couldn't even afford them, and we couldn't find anybody. We'd have to do it ourselves. So we'd learn different aspects, and sometimes I'd watch my dad do it. Sometimes we'd be guessing and still get it done. Sometimes we'd find somebody in the neighborhood that knew how to do it and we would help. So this kind of same scenario, Mom was having an issue with her car, just would not crank over at all. Wouldn't start. It wouldn't even do the you know, it wasn't doing nothing. No noise, dead. So she tried to get a jump, and then the jump didn't occur because the car wouldn't start. I mean, the attempt was there. One of the neighbors attempted, then I attempted. I just couldn't get it to jump. And so when I got off work that day after I came in, I tried to jump it too. Didn't work, and then we took the battery out. Took it to Walmart. Mom got herself a battery there. I think it was like $109, 2-year warranty on it. You know, I always thought batteries last 2 to 5 years, but I guess they put a shelf life on them for a reason. So the cheaper you buy, you're not going to get 2 to 5 probably. So, good news is, we got the battery. So we bring it back, we put it in. Mom turns the key, nothing. Still dead. I immediately start going through my head, like, could it be like the ignition switch? Could it be thunder? Was it maybe the battery cables there, right? Maybe they were loose, or something was like a cut in one or something. But we looked and looked, felt around it, it wasn't nothing. Mom couldn't get it started. So then I started saying maybe it could be ignition switch, it could be the starter. I wasn't for sure. I said, if it was going to be up to me from that point, I was going to tell Mom that she's going to have it towed up to the mechanic she uses up the road, and have them just do the free diagnostics on it, and then get it fixed. And that's what we were planning to do. However, our neighbor JT started walking up, and very good guy, and he knows the stuff about mechanic stuff. He does mechanic work in other places too, for all different kinds of engines and machines and vehicles. Very good. And so he has an idea of stuff, and he knows what he's doing. And I came up and I told him what was going on, and he was like thinking maybe starter as well, but we weren't for sure. And so he went and got I think it was a voltage meter, to figure out, you know, how much voltage is coming down to the starter and how much is going away from the starter. And that way, if you knew voltage is coming in and out, then that starter should be doing what it needs to do, which is start the vehicle. Well, it wasn't. I mean, there was voltage coming in, voltage going out, but starter wasn't doing anything. And so he said, hey, I can take this off, 20 minutes, replace it. So then we go ahead and get the tools out. Finding the right tools is always, tricky. It's tricky. So we get the tools. You need 13 millimeter and then a 15 millimeter socket, and that'll work. And found those that were kind of hard to find. I had some that were too long. 13 millimeter would need a little bit shorter because you need less. Sometimes you need real long to get over where the screw and the bowl is so far down, but this one is a little bit shorter, and plus you don't have much room down there, trying to turn. So we get that, get it off. We checked with the different various companies. Advanced auto parts, O'Reilly's, AutoZone, that are close. And we call up AutoZone, and they said, yeah, we have that part for a 2009 Dodge Durango. And so we go over there to get the part, and they check our old one. So the old one looked so crazy. I mean, it was older than dirt. But if I can get a picture, I'll pop it up right here. But it was the original starter that was on there. So we took it over. They tested it, and as soon as they hooked it up to the machine, it didn't have to read bad. It just done something in the testing machine where the AutoZone was like, no, turn it off. It's bad. So I think maybe it sparked or something. I don't know. So it was not working. It was bad. They went and said, yeah, we do have that. I remember you guys calling. Let's go get it. They go on their shelf and they're looking, and they're like, we don't have it. In our computer system, it says we have it, but we don't have it. So then they called another AutoZone in a different part of town, and they were taking a little bit of time, and they finally came back after about 5 minutes or so on the phone, and they're like, okay, we do have it. It's all the way over here, which is about 15 minutes away. And they were like, we can hold it for, a little bit. And I was like, yeah, and the guy was like, well, they may come by, so just a few minutes. If not, they won't be by. So I told my mom, I was like, hey, Mom, O'Reilly's and Advanced Auto Parts up the road. Let's call O'Reilly's. So she calls O'Reilly's. O'Reilly says, of course, we've got it. Come on up. So we just go right up the road, which is like 3 minutes versus 15-minute drive. And to keep you in context here, at this point in time, it was like almost 8 o'clock. And it starts getting dark now around like 8:20. So we really didn't have time to run across the town. So we get the starter, go back, put it on. Barely could see anything. Flashlight. JT's using a flashlight from his phone. It was crazy. But put it on. Mom gets in the car. Starts it right up. Boom. And she wasn't able to go to work before that. But luckily, her boss came by. He was checking up on her. And he talked her into going in for a few hours. So Mom got in her car and we went to work. But it was an interesting thing. Is like, if you don't know something, but maybe you know some of it, like through different things you've been through in life, maybe you have some glimpses of ideas of how to handle something. And so it was just kind of crazy that it was like that. And it's always good to, keep in touch with your friends and your neighbors, because you just never know, like, who can help you out. And always reward them, like give them back something if they do help you out. I think Mom was going to give him some money for doing that. And he was adamant that he didn't want anything. But I know my mom. She's not going to say no. She's just like my grandfather. How he was. He would give somebody the shirt off his back, even if they said, no, you keep it on, I don't want it. He would still do it. And so Mom just wants to return the gesture that they gave to her back to them. And I feel like the same way. I think everybody should be like that. Even if you can't refund them with money, refund them with another kind of actness, or another kind of actions, right? Maybe it's something they need help with, or maybe they just need someone to talk to or an ear to listen to. So do something back, especially if someone's doing something for you, and then also do something back for someone who's not doing anything for you, just to show them the true nature of yourself inside. And that's how I feel. So that was an interesting story. Just happened just a few days ago on Thursday. While I was in the garage looking for some tools, I found this. I got hunting season coming up August 15th. I might want to go small game hunting and stuff. But I found these in the garage. And, yeah, look at these things. Isn't that cool? Right? You can really use these for a multi-tool. They've got all different kinds of little... Look at that. Filer, and this is measuring here. And it can cut, I believe, right there. Comment down below if you know what that particular one is. I don't know. And then you got a standard blade, I believe. This is great for... Oh, look at this. You know what? If I'm going hunting, I need something to, cut and all that. Maybe this would be a good tool for it. There's a screwdriver right here. Phillips. But there's one more piece if I can get it out. I can't get this one out. That one's... Hold on, guys. Got it. That one's tough in there. That's tough. There's two little pieces there. So I found these in there. Look at that. I like those. I'm going to take them hunting with me. I feel like it's going to come into handy. Comment down below if you know what each and every one of those little tools are. I'm not for sure. So let me know. These are mossy oaks. I think it's going to be good for my hunting. So, and I can probably take them for fishing too, to get hooks out and stuff. And other things too, just use them around the house. Mom didn't know I took them. Mom, I took them. I stole from my mother? No, I don't know. That's my mom's stuff and my dad's tools. And so I feel like if I'm in there and I see something, I'm like, I'll tell Mom about it. She'll see it in the video. Comment down below if you've got some stuff that your dad has, or dad had, or you know your dad has, and you're like, dude, I really want those. It brings back memories. I remember my dad using those, or it could have been someone else in the family. But either way, Dad was around them or something, but he ended up with them in his hand, and he would use them for, I thought, like fishing hooks or something. But I don't know where exactly he got them or where they came from. But I remember Dad using them once or twice. It just made me think of it. I was going in there getting the tools. The tool area in the garage reminds me of Dad trying to find something. He always say, I don't have the right tools. This is crazy. And there ain't no tools around here, and there'd be tons of tools. And they weren't. I think the more key thing was they weren't in the best of order. That's what I think. My grandfather, I had, the one we really took care of, that I got to spend more of my lifetime with because he lived longer, was Aaron. And ML was very, very cool. That was his nickname, ML. And that was most of his tools too. And he would go in there, and it was just one of those things again where he had the tools he needed to do certain jobs, but he didn't know how to do those jobs. But at least he had the tools, so then if he could find somebody to help him do it, then he could get it done there, save some money. So, and then my other grandpa that lived right next door, that my mom owns that house too now. He worked on all kinds of lawnmowers, and he had like the air compressor machine, and it would roll out, poof, 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 and it would like blow off all this stuff, and he'd blow it in your face and stuff. And it just, gosh, those stories, and those memories, you can't replace them. And it's always good to remember that as best you can. So, I remember my grandfather and my grandmother next door. They're just great people, and ML, and it was just good to have those memories of them, and good memories of neighbors and stuff that have been over there. They're still there, still helping, as we mentioned in the earlier story. So, do me some favors. I'm going to leave you with some scriptures. I always say this, and I don't say it because I regret reading anything about God or about Jesus Christ or anything of that. It's because I know everybody in the world doesn't believe the same. I wish you all did. I pray that you all do. But please understand that I mean no disrespect. And by all means, I'm not trying to put you down or what you believe in. And I hope, if I heard you speak of any different other religion, and you're saying a certain prayer, scripture, ritual, I would not turn my nose up in disgust. I would not turn it off and press, I'm not watching this person no more. I would watch you with respect. And I think that's what people should be tolerant of each other. And let your actions speak louder than your words. And so, all I'm saying is, these are words. Let my actions, you saw my dedication, dancing in the rain. I did a good move. Look at this. Let those be actions of dedication, and let my story be an action of dedication to you, to friends, and keeping good acquaintances, and having a better moral life. Let me review with some little scriptures here. I'll pop them up on the screen. Philippians 4:13. This is weird. I don't know if they're using a different translation, but I always read it as, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. But this says, I can do all things through him who strengthens me. And then we have Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31. I get these from the YMCA after I work out, and they're little spiritual vitamins. They're in a little bowl. And you just take 1, 2, 3, how many you want, out, and read them. 1 Chronicles chapter 16, verse 11. Seek the Lord and his strength. Seek his presence continually. All my things that I've gotten are because of Jesus Christ, a good upbringing in my family. And as I said earlier, my beliefs mean no disrespect to you or anybody else who doesn't believe the same way. And yes, I do pray that one day you may believe in Jesus Christ as well. But even if you don't, I would still give you the shirt off my back. I would still help you build your home. I would still help you fix something. I would still help you out in a time of need. Because you are human, and I am human. And together, we make up the human race. And it doesn't matter what we look like or what we believe in. But it matters how much we help one another. That's all I have, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog or story time. I don't know what I'll call the video, but something of that nature. I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Hit that little bell, because I'm going to do more things like this, and hopefully it'll catch on. I like this. I gotta go, guys. Peace.